has got a new skin with real juice within. Drink the real Fruta. Enjoy the real joy.
Taste the real Fruta. Enjoy the real Fruta. Refreshing juice of every day is Fruta.
Fruta, juiced right.
Campari, grapefruit, easy for we. Brother, he no hard it, easy for we. Campari, he no cup, easy for we. Brother, he no hard it, easy for we. Add the Campari with the grapefruit soda. That easy, bitter had the pre. Simple mixer, easy 1 3. Campari, grapefruit, that easy for we. If you mix a Campari grapefruit, add 1 part Campari to 3 parts grapefruit soda. Drink at the bar, on the beach, or when a girl reach. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Protect yourself from the novel coronavirus. Wash your hands thoroughly and frequently for at least 20 seconds each time. Avoid shaking hands and touching your face with unclean hands. If you have to cough or sneeze, do so into your flexed elbow or a paper towel and then dispose of it. Keep a distance of 3 feet away from anyone with the cold or flu-like symptoms. Boost your immune system with vitamins, drink plenty of water, and get adequate rest. Visit your doctor, the nearest hospital, or health center if you or a family member becomes ill. A message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade Johnson, who is not here with us today because she's busy living it up. But we're now about to jump into Eat Local with Mr. Thompson from CUNA Caribbean. Welcome and good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good.
Well, Mr. Thompson, you seem to be coming here, and every time you come here, you bring some information from CUNA Insurance. And
set of good news.
One set of good news you come in here with. I don't understand. Is more good news yet again?
Yeah, man. Roll it out in pieces, you know.
Well. Yeah, watch it. The amount of things you bring in, we can't handle all if you come one time.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's happening?
Well, today, this month we are in September, but in next month we'll be in Cancer Month. You know, that's one of the main diseases. That's what they call the non-communicable disease. One of the major ones. For the men, it's the prostate cancer. For the women, it's the breast cancer. Taking pretty close to 73% of the deaths in the Federation, you know. So there's nothing that we avoid more than death, you know. And so people usually make preparations to try and avoid that, which could mean extensive medical coverage at high costs.
Right.
So CUNA has what we now call the Family Indemnity Critical Illness Plan. Critical illness, which would cover cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you could apply through your credit union or just come and see me at our offices in Fort Lands.
So who does this really appeal to, this type of plan?
Well, it appeals to, like I just said, women. I'm going to say something. I'm not a doctor. Let me underscore that I'm not a doctor. However, if your mother has breast cancer and your aunt had breast cancer, it is very, very likely you as a the next generation female is going to have breast cancer. So if you look in your history, it could probably predict your future. So I would say take all the precautions necessary, including applying for the critical illness family indemnity plan.
So you go ahead, Kevon.
So I know some insurance policies, they would ask you for medical records or examinations before you're eligible for, any coverage.
Right.
Does this apply to this plan as well?
No, it does not. And so you can get this without any medical plans, medical, information. The others who apply these medical criteria is the fact that we know these numbers. We know 73% are going to be affected. What we don't know is the names. Patrick or Kevon or Akeem. We don't know, But
right.
What you do is that you cover yourself just in case your name pops up and you are one of those affected. But because our plan is a group plan through the credit union, we don't require medical coverage. Medical information is not asked for.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's saying a lot in terms of recognizing that people, we see the landscape we're living in. We see people are getting sick, and I do understand that because of the fact that next month is a month that we really recognize cancer and all of that. We're speaking directly to that, but this plan is not only geared towards persons who may become ill with cancer, right?
It covers 5 critical illnesses.
Okay.
So just that cancer is in the air right now. But we also cover strokes, heart attacks, paralysis.
Wow.
And major burns, stage 4 burns.
Right.
So when a person says, I have hypertension, many times we brush it aside. But hypertension is a thing that can lead to stroke.
Right.
It can lead to a heart attack.
Right.
So if you know you have a history of that in your family, hypertension, and by the way, 80% of all African Caribbean people suffer from that. Hypertension and diabetes. I think the last time I was here, I was telling you that the University of the West Indies has done research that shows that, even the medications that they have for these illnesses ain't working for the Caribbean people. So whereas we see Usain Bolt running and Elaine Thompson winning and Shelly-Ann Fraser, they look like healthy, nice people. Generally in the Caribbean, the people are suffering from hypertension and diabetes.
Yeah, big time. Big time is a serious problem.
Very.
And I do believe that just as we should prepare our bodies to try and avoid these things, like we should also prepare for the event that we end up in a situation where we're dealing with some of these issues.
And anecdotally, we're all through the slave passage. We are suffering from the effects of the slave trade. But in the Federation, the sugar plantations, when the slaves were hungry, many times the slave masters just gave them a lot of sugar and water to drink.
We call that swank.
Well, that sugar and water swell up. I don't even know it. I think that's like St. Kitts is one of the more
obese nations.
Yes. Yeah. And these illnesses that we're talking about follow that sort of obesity, So it is really a very critical issue in the Federation.
Mm-hmm. Boy, and so what you're saying is that recognizing that this is an issue, persons need to be prepared.
Very prepared.
Preparing for an issue isn't a bad thing. Even if it never happens, they don't think preparing is a bad idea.
No. And what is nice about the plan is that once the doctor diagnoses you with any of these 5, the benefit is paid to you. So, insurance people used to say, half a dead to get the benefit, No, you can actually benefit from this alive.
Right.
So that you can take the funds to get the kind of medical care you need to overcome these challenges.
Because I know that's a big problem that lots of people face. They end up with medical issues that need to be addressed, and most of these policies don't really give you anything to help you get better. They just prepare you for when you don't get better.
Right. So for us now, we used to have the critical illness rider, which was attached to the family indemnity plan.
Mm-hmm.
But recently we have gotten approval for the critical illness plan to stand alone. So whereas you could only get, if you had the FIP, the family indemnity plan, you could just get, you as the member alone could get coverage. On the plan, yourself and 5 others can be covered. And even if you had the rider before, you can still apply for the plan.
So what you're saying is that someone can actually hold multiple plans based on their particular needs and
for
forecast.
critical illness, yes.
Wow. So you're gonna come talk to you, see?
Yeah, I think so. I left some cards for you today.
Yeah, man. I got the card here, man. I got the card here. All right, hey, and Kevon, I'm gonna jam him live on here. Last time he came, he brought me a gift, a little book, based on something he heard on the radio, and figured that it would be of good use to me. I was hoping today he come with some grapes to match it, but he come empty-handed today.
Well, you see, you can't say that our listeners don't pay attention.
I'm telling you.
Man, say he has a day when he's grape and Bible,
Yeah, man. We're not home, Just read Bible and eat grapes,
Man, appreciate that much.
But yeah, I think that there's a lot of people who recognize that, hey, perhaps my lifestyle, my family's way of living may put me at risk at some of these things. Or like you're saying, in my family there's a history of these types of issues.
In our families, all of us coming across on a slave ship.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. There's a history of these types of issues.
Yes.
And so it would only be wise to prepare for the eventuality of something like this. We're having to deal with something like this.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I spoke of the last time was, which I want to reemphasize, is that CUNA has put together a $1 million COVID-19 relief plan or fund, and we are inviting persons who have lost their jobs because of COVID or have had to close down their businesses because of COVID, that they could go to our website, www.cunacaribbean.com, and you will see the form to apply for relief, so you can keep your plan and CUNA will pay your premiums for the next 6 months.
Wow.
So my question with that is this like a moratorium in the sense that the premiums would have to be paid at some point?
No. We are just gonna pay 6 months of your premiums.
They just got you. CUNA got you.
We're just gonna pay 6 months of your premium. I mean, you know, when people in a time of a pandemic still make the effort to keep their payments up to date, you know, we want to reward them for such commitment, not so much to CUNA, but even to themselves.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's incredible how you guys recognize the situation that some of your members were in and decided to do something to really help with the situation that they were dealing with. It's amazing.
So
because the truth is when things like this happen, something got to give, eh?
Yeah.
Something got to give, and a lot of times it does be these payments, whether it is loans, whether it is your premium for your policies, like those are the first things to go.
Yeah.
To be totally honest, and you don't want to end up in a situation where to compound an already difficult situation, you haven't been up to date with your premium and it becomes an issue.
I tell you. The other thing that we spoke last time I was here, I gave out my number, and the minute I gave it out, the phone rang. And I think you said comically the people not waiting until after the program.
Yeah.
Well, truly it was a man who wanted the program. I want to big up Mr. Williams this morning.
Nice.
He called and made his appointment and came to see us about the advanced protector. So I want to say a few words about that. Previously, we had the loan protector, and we still have it. And the credit union would pay once you applied for a loan at the credit union for the first 27,000 or 50,000 or 75,000, depending on which credit union you go to. They would, God forbid you die, they would cover the loan for that amount. Now we have what is known as the advanced protector for the larger loans.
Right.
100,000, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350.
Small money for Kevon, man.
Yeah, no, but in helping me tell the people.
Right. Everybody ain't like Kevon.
Yeah, man, no, it him too hard.
Wow. Let me tell you, listen, let me go buy my bag drink and Concourse for lunch.
So, the advanced protector covers the larger loans, and it covers it on 3 fronts. One is that, God forbid you die, we will repay the loan. But if you were totally and permanently disabled for whatever reason, car accident, whatever, totally and permanently disabled, we also pay off the loan.
Oh, wow.
And then if you become disabled temporarily now, not permanent, we will pay the premiums, the monthly payments for 24 months.
Ooh.
Up to 24 months.
Wow.
So that those 3 areas that plan covers the larger amounts.
See, this is a similar thing to what we were just talking about. You know, you never know what's going to happen, and when you're in a situation where your income changes, sometimes these things suffer, you know. Sometimes you got to make a hard decision whether it is lunch and breakfast and dinner for your family.
People start letting things go and budgeting things to figure out what's more important. And I mean, all of them are, but you know.
Well, let me give you some real things, right? We're in a pandemic. Luckily, I think our medical system has held up, and those who directing it have done a very good job thus far. But just take, for instance, someone gets COVID in a family, and he or she is the main breadwinner, and they pass away. They had a mortgage paying, and now that income to pay that mortgage no longer exists. Now, what do you do?
We've seen this happen. We've seen it happen.
So if you had the mortgage with the bank or whoever you had the mortgage with, the truth is that institution doesn't want to put your family out of the house, but they have no choice,
Right.
because they have to sell that place to pay
recoup.
the loan.
Yep.
You know, so to have something that can pay that for you and keep your family in the house is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Is a wonderful thing. So we encourage people to think ahead, and you know, it's not always a rejoicing and a dancing in the streets. Life bring other events, and we have to prepare for them.
Yeah, and I think persons really need to recognize their situation, their unique situations, and it seems as though CUNA Caribbean Insurance really does have a multitude of offerings for people, no matter what your situation is.
Right. So again, I'm going to give out my number: 665-6238. A lady came to me last week after the program and said I read out the numbers too fast, so she had to physically come. 665-6238 or 762-2973. You know, we are located at the CCU building over in Fort Lands if you want to come and see us face to face.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna give you a call and we're gonna link up.
All right.
So by the time you come back the next time, you could talk about what plan you give me.
All right. I'm looking forward to that. Kevon, you hear that?
Yeah, man like Kevon, we don't know is the advanced protector he need, you know. So
all right.
we just
I hate how y'all just use my name for stupidity. But okay.
All right.
But Mr. Thompson, man, it's always a pleasure when you come in and talk to us. I really appreciate it every time. And obviously, from what you've been saying, our listeners have also recognized the importance of being covered and preparing for any eventuality. And hopefully some of these things, they don't necessarily have to, but it's always better to plan than to not to plan. So, thank you so much for coming in and joining us today.
You're welcome.
I'm right here on Island Tea. I know you're one of them listeners too,
Yeah, man. I won't forget the grapes next time. Man.
All right then, man. Nice. All right, appreciate it.
Bye.
All right, well, guys, it's been a great show. Kevon, it's Friday,
Friday.
I'm
Literally, yeah.
Bro, I'm not even going to cap. I need this weekend by I just need one morning where I could sleep in a bit longer.
Yeah, me too.
I've been feeling it. I mean, I know you've been going through it this past.
Lord, listen. One day, you hear one day. My Friday's about to be ultra eventful, but one day.
Yeah, I know. But guys, it's been a pleasure. It's the weekend, guys. Continue to be safe. Continue to make wise decisions about your health, for your friends, for your family.
Make your country clean. Keep your country clean. Always on
your
private.
country clean. Keep our country clean. Keep our country.
I still want that song. We need to play that song. I'm so serious.
But yeah.
Who sang that? Solid Waste?
It's Solid Waste.
Watch me and Miss Lake on Tuesday.
Nama, whoever comes. Some people really been enjoying Nama at the show, and of course we all know we love Miss Lake. So yeah, Tuesday we could definitely see if we get them to
interrogate.
Yes.
Don't dress it up.
Oh, but guys, it's been an amazing week. Sorry, it's been short in terms of tea. You got 2 days short tea this week, but we try to avoid that as much as possible. But yeah, things happen. And we love and we love the fact that you guys checked up on us, made sure we were okay, and came back and still here. And for those of you who listen on YouTube and Facebook at Win Media SKN, we thank you so much. Those of you who listen on Win Media's website, Win Media SKN, also love it that you join us daily. Those of you on the radio, Yeah. I don't tell her if I boss ain't watching, ain't got Island Tea on the radio in the morning, something wrong here.
No, if he ain't got it done in the morning, resign.
Resign. That's what going on.
Actually, no, don't, I take it back. You didn't hear me say that.
Protest. Just protest.
Because, no. Let me just opt out of this because I feel like I'm setting up myself for a not so great situation. Let me backtrack.
But yeah, guys, all of you guys who managed to listen to us in the morning, thank you so much. The callers, yeah, y'all keep it going, keep it spicy, keep it vibesy. Same thing with the commenters online. So,
Axman.
Well, yeah, Axman.
Who always just calling it, you know.
Yeah, Axman don't go well by.
Axman is just wild out.
But yeah, but Kevon, it's time for the show to end. We have Sandra up next with your view. So stay tuned to Win Media SKN Dong on our yeah, no Sandra. Well, yeah, and if you don't know Sandra, you need to listen. So
Sandra, oi.
Yeah, big up Sandra one time. But Kevon, it is time. It is time. The Prosecco Papi, the Duke of Frigate Bear, the Slim God, the Freak of Neatness, the Chapstick Don himself will now leave you with these words of wisdom.
Because, yes. Because remember that you can't be everyone's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you on Monday.